What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Life of a Car Guy podcast. I'm your host, Pete, the Car Guy. Thank you so much for joining me on this second day of spring. It is a beautiful day out, and we can't wait to hit the streets. So, without further ado, you know what we do, guys, how we kick it off. Let's go with the What's Going On segment. Talk to me so you can see what's going on, what's going on, what's going on, yeah, what's going on. I have too much fun with that. So, hey, great announcement to go over with you guys. We got a guest speaking engagement coming up on Thursday evening at 7. I'm going to be talking to a group of individuals who want to get some guidance on how to buy a car and what to look for. So, my goal is to do this on a live YouTube video. So, I'm going to try to shoot that and go live this Thursday at 7. More details are going to follow. I would put some things on the YouTube page and the website and send that out to you guys in the broadcast. So just FYI. So looking forward to that. We're definitely growing and going on the Life of a Car Guy podcast and blog. So I'm excited about that, and I can't wait to share that with you. All right. And like I said, details are going to follow on the specifics of that too. So on the Take the Wheel review, I wanted to apologize to you guys. When I cropped and made the video, it looked like everything was great. I just assumed that the video feed kept running. It was unmanned, but it kept running and it recorded everything. However, I think one of my individuals let me know that it stopped right at about minute marker 4. And one of the things I try to do when I preview the entire video, I looked at it because I was filming on location the week before last. So I do apologize for that. It was really good video as far as that. And after I looked at it, the audio still recorded everything. So I'm not really sure what happened, but we're going to make sure that that doesn't happen again on the next Take the Wheel segment. So thank you guys for letting me know about that and commenting on that. I'm not really sure why it happened that way when it was uploaded, but we'll get that fixed so that won't happen again. Okay. So now we're going to go to the industry in the streets news as we normally do. So one of the things I like to do is I try to kind of do some reviews on what's out there as far as the automotive industry. And I come across some really nice publications, one of which is called thedrive.com. And this one was really good. It's got not only industry news, but it's got ratings and reviews on vehicles and everything else. So add this to the repertoire, if you will, of automotive news. It's called thedrive.com. So they reported as of Thursday, March 19th, that the Japanese automaker Subaru is going to discontinue the WRX line. Now, when I looked at this, I was like, wait a minute, are they canceling this altogether or what's going on? So what I found is that that in Japan, that there's some updates with respect to the emissions requirements, as well as noise reduction within the country of Japan. And because the WRX in its current form is not going to meet those standards in time, they're going to discontinue it on May 18th in Japan. No word has been made with regards to the U.S. production, just FYI, but we'll see what happens with that. My professional opinion is that they're probably just going to take it offline for right now until they're able to meet all the requirements for Japan as it becomes readily available for their emission standards and noise reduction. So we'll see what happens with that. For my viewers who aren't familiar with the WRX, it is a cult favorite when we talk about street vehicles. 6-speed manual sedan hatchback vehicle. It has been a mainstay in Subaru's line of cars, but one of the most fun vehicles to drive. Extremely powerful, extremely reliable, and definitely holds its value very well. So I'm really hoping that they will reintroduce the line again later on once they get things figured out. So we'll see what happens. Another kind of note in the States, Minnesota is now passing a law that's going to require everyone under the age of 21 to be required to go through bona fide classroom training of at least 30 hours, as well as the physical
driving test requirement to obtain your license. Now, they're following suit with several other states that include Texas, Maryland, Ohio, and Washington State that already have this requirement. So, the premise behind it is to reduce overall fatalities and accidents, as well as tickets within the age brackets that are 21 and under. So, they found that individuals who have gone through 30 hours of classroom training, as well as the other requirements, are 80% less likely to cause or be involved in a fatal accident due to an automotive situation, and also 75% less likely to obtain a ticket within the first couple of years of being on the road. So that bill is in process of being passed in Minnesota. We'll see how that goes, just FYI. All right. Now, let's get on to the car series. So, this is car number, I think this is number three now. We did the Toyota Tercel and then we did the Honda Accord. Now we're on to the 1998 Acura TL. This is a picture of the vehicle here. And this was a vehicle that I picked and purchased back in 2001. I think I bought this in late August, excuse me, late September, early October in 2001. How I came about this particular one, as you guys may have read in the blogs and kind of seen on the videos, I had been in a bad car accident in September of '01, and I needed to replace the 1992 Honda Accord. So I went and did my own research. This is my first time ever doing this by myself with respect to shopping and looking for a vehicle. And I remember one of my godfathers, Dwayne Evans, he was helping me with a login access for Carfax. Believe it or not, Carfax kind of started around that time, and they were known as a resource to kind of get overall car reviews. So not only would you see the reviews, but you would see the vehicle history and accidents and all that stuff. And I also went on Consumer Reports and did a full review. I knew I wanted an Acura. My first choice was an Acura Legend. And the one that I was going to buy at Duncan Automotive in Roanoke, Virginia, ended up being sold before I was ready to purchase. So Rick Woodson Honda is like a mainstay dealership in Roanoke, Virginia. They are the main Honda dealership in Roanoke when I was living there and still are. And I remember going by and looking at this vehicle. I remember test driving it. And I was kind of on the fence because this is my very first purchase. So I want to make sure I did it right. So I did some reviews on my own, got some opinions, and found out that that was going to be the one to go. And then at the tail end, I think my dad kind of helped me get set up with the financing and everything. And I remember going there on a Friday afternoon. I think like the first week of October, I went down there, signed paperwork, and picked it up, and that was pretty much rest is history. My first co-pilot or shotgun rider was my little brother. I remember picking him up and going to get, going for a ride in it and everything. Beautiful car, forest green with a beautiful beige leather interior. It was beautiful. It was a great car, great riding car too. My brother told me because I was working part time at Circuit City back then to get a remote start for it. And I thought about it. I was like, you know what? That's not a bad idea. So I ended up going to Circuit City and paying for the installation and the product. And I just remember, looking out my window and pressing the two little buttons on my fob and starting the car on cold mornings or warm afternoons and stuff like that. So I thought that was so cool. And that was one vehicle. Also, I was involved in another accident, unfortunately. I was sitting at a red light on the east end of Richmond when I first moved to Richmond back in January of 2002. And I remember sitting at a red light on the east end, getting ready to get on 64. And I just looked up in my rearview mirror, and all of a sudden, I just see lights coming right at me. And I only had a split second to like grab the steering wheel and kind of brace. And a vehicle just kind of smacked right into me, doing about 35, 40 miles an hour. Thankfully, outside of just getting the trunk smashed in, no one was really seriously hurt. But that was kind of freaky seeing lights just come at you all of a sudden and nobody was braking. But anyway, I just remember how durable that car was and just a wonderful ride. So, as a part of the segment, with the car guy setup, we do a rating on a vehicle. So, I'll go ahead and start. So, the durability and reliability rating on the Acura, I will give it a 5 car rating because of the fact it kept me safe in that major accident, and it was definitely a reliable vehicle. Did not cost a lot to maintain, being that it was a Honda. Acura is the luxury line of the Honda side, like Lexus is for Toyota. But definitely a reliable vehicle, definitely durable. Fuel economy, I'll give it a 4 car rating. Specifically, during the time that I owned it, it was a premium gas taker. Gas was a little bit higher. And of course, coming out as a college graduate, you got a budget and everything. So, but, overall, it got pretty good gas fuel economy, about mid 20s in the city and a little under 30 miles to the gallon on the highway, if I remember correctly, but still a really good riding vehicle. Performance, this was the one of the first vehicles that was introduced back then that had a 5-cylinder engine. So it had a little bit more pep than a normal 4-cylinder, but not quite as spirited as a 6-cylinder vehicle would be, as several Acuras were known to be. So I gave that a 4 car rating. Definitely had decent power to kind of get in and out of its way, merging capabilities. Definitely decent. And it did have the VTEC engine, so it gave you the better horsepower at the lower torque. But just wasn't as powerful, but it was decent. The quality of the drive and the ride, I gotta give that a 5 car rating. I mean, the ride quality on that vehicle was like brilliant. I mean, it was just very smooth. It wasn't a soft, cushy ride per se, but it wasn't like you felt every bump on the road. So it had a really good combination. Back then, Honda was touted for doing the double wishbone suspension. So you get more feel of the road, and you definitely could feel how the car was planted, especially going in and out on ramps and off ramps, or whatever, when you're merging on the highway. So definitely had a great quality ride there. So I got to give this one an overall quality and just overall car guy rating of 5 cars. It was definitely worth that, and definitely was a quality vehicle. So drop a dime, guys. Next segment here. Definitely continue to send me correspondence through lifeofacarguy@gmail.com. And once again, that is thelifeofacarguy@gmail.com. I appreciate you guys emailing me and everything, and definitely appreciate these suggestions and whatnot. And announcements once again, I just want to let you know the GoFundMe for Life of a Car Guy is active and out. And I think a few of you have already contributed. I just want to say thank you for that, just up front. Really, really appreciate it. Obviously, all proceeds go to the podcast and the blog in terms of just making sure the equipment is upgraded and at its pristine form and getting everything straight. So those who are that weren't aware, if you love the content, like the content, and want to contribute, you just go to GoFundMe.com and look up Life of a Car Guy. I'm gonna leave this up right here. This is the QR code, just so you'll see. And if you would like to contribute, you can just use your phone and scan the QR code here. The video will be up, so you can kind of replay this just in case. Just want to leave that up there long enough for you to scan. But other than that, guys, I just appreciate your contributions and continuing to subscribe. The subscriptions are definitely continuing to go up. I will announce real soon another marker in the next on the next segment. Just FYI. So sign off and coming to the finish line, guys. Continue to like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. And also continue to check out the website. It is under construction, but it is still user friendly to a certain degree. So you can go on and read the blogs, check out the other videos that were on there from when I did the VIR races and the photo albums and everything else. And on the blogs, if you don't mind after reading them, just like and give a comment on there as well. Greatly appreciate that. So once again, this is this thing of ours, and we want to be inclusive for everyone and anyone that is interested in the cars and wanting to know more. And also, if you have any questions or anything, once again, send me the email to the lifeofacarguy@gmail.com. All right, guys. So we're going to go ahead and sign off. And once again, appreciate you riding with me. Definitely want to say praise God. I always say that because without Him, we cannot do anything. And because He is who He is, I always let Him take the wheel. And though we may not always agree, it's very important to show respect. Stay up, and I'll see you guys on the road. Take care.